Hi gamers, SFG here, and we've got another mod preview video. This one's a little bit different from some of the ones we've seen so far. So we've covered two gods so far. We've done the King of Cups, I can't remember his proper name, Ixthus, I want to say. I think it is Ixthus. And then we've done Kishi, the violent god of murder and war, okay? And they introduced some whole new gods that are fantastic additions to the game. This mod that we're looking at just now is a slightly bit different, and it's done by someone on the Discord called Wonderblunder. I'll have a picture of them popping up in the well, now, basically. And it's really quite interesting. They've done something quite unique, I think, and something really, really fantastic. The beauty about this mod is that it will go into... I mean, all the mods are great, right? Like, I'm not trying to put down Duplice and NPC for their work on the gods. They're absolutely fantastic, and as soon as they're available, I suggest you give them a try. They're really, really fun, guys, as you saw. But the beauty about what Wonderblunder has done is she, I'm not sure, has expanded upon the... Probably should have asked him. Apologies, Wonderblunder. Sorry for that. I'm going to refer to you as she because your picture is a profile picture is a lady. I may be completely wrong. Apologies if I've got that wrong there. But yeah, what Wonderblunder has done is I suppose is the simplest way to do it, so there's hopefully no upsetting there, have created this Deep One expansion mod. I don't know what I think it's just going to be called Deep One Expansions or Deep Ones Plus, something like that. And it is really, you can use it with any god, right? So I could be playing this mod with a modded god if I wanted. I've chosen Yasta because he probably fits best for Deep Ones. You can manipulate personalities, so heroes like Deep Ones more and rulers like Deep Ones and so on. Although there is a bit of that in the game actually in the mod. But yeah, it really does expand on the whole Deep One mechanic. So again, just to give you a sort of summary of what we're going to do here, ladies and gents and others who are watching, I'm going to cover the sort of basics of the mod, what it offers, the different challenges and things that it gives you, and the new agent also that it gives you. I'm then going to play a bit of the game, and I'll probably do this off camera to be honest, to save you just watching me play. I'll play a bit of the game and I'll use some of the more interesting things that the mod allows us to do. I'll try a few different tactics, and then I'll come back and I'll do a bit of a summary. I'll probably show you some of the cool things that you can do with the mod, and I'll give an idea of what I think works well, what I think maybe doesn't work quite as well, what strategies I think this will lead into, and obviously it's going to be Deep One focused. What gods I guess it fits in well with, so obviously Astra I've already mentioned, but perhaps some others. And then I'll give my sort of summary, my closing statements on the mod as a whole. So join with us through this, guys. So we're going to take a quick look now, and I'll do it straight away at the different new things that this mod gives you. Okay, so the first thing to note is it gives you a new agent, and I haven't spawned one of these yet, but it gives you an agent here, the top one, look, the Fisherman, and I love this. I love everything about this, I've got to be honest. I love the art, look at this beautiful art there. I love the stats. 1441 is a nice spread of stats, and a unique spread of stats actually. We haven't got a law and an intrigue agent until this one. And read this text with me, look at this. A battered ship silently emerges from a passing storm and drifts into the docks. Its lone occupant walks ashore, drenched in seawater and muttering endlessly to himself. Behind him, the ship gently rocks in the waves, waiting to unload its cargo onto the unsuspecting populace. Great flavour text. And by the way, Wonderblunder has done some fantastic flavour text. They've already got a mod out actually, which is an expansion of the mechanics via events. It was only when events was available, but an expansion mechanics for the snake god, she who will feast. In fact, I'll have a link in the description for this, and I'll see if I could pop up a screenshot of it. But it really does expand the flavour of the she who will feast, of that snake god, and the writing is fantastic. And this is just another sort of expansion of that. So I expected really good writing with this, and I've got it basically. So look at this: maddened by an encounter at sea. The Fisherman is an agent that specialises in aiding the Deep Ones, as you might expect. While in the ocean, he gains an extra point of movement, how cool is that? But will begin to lose his movement points the larger his haul becomes. And we'll talk about the haul when I spawn him, and I'll show you a bit of a focus on him. And as you can see, the restriction there is can only be placed at a location with Maligned Catch. So that's actually quite, not difficult, but it's interesting is that. So, Maligned Catch, for a start, you can only do it in port locations. You can also not do it at Deep One location, so we'll go off this for a second. Cancel that. So I can't do Malign Catch at a Deep One Sanctum. It's too late. It's gone Deep One now, so there's no option to do the Malign Catch challenge there. Although it used to be a city with a port. Same with this. So I can do it here, but if this one gets taken over or destroyed or something, it's no longer a city, so I won't be able to do there either. So it's quite an interesting restriction. It does actually. I've played ahead in this game already, so I've got a couple of saves at different points, and it's difficult to not difficult, but there is a bit of an investment there. You have to infiltrate a city, infiltrate the docks there. It can take a little bit of time actually, guys. It's quite an interesting. I like it. It's a good dynamic, and it means you don't get them immediately, which is quite cool. What else does it give you? So it gives you new agents, or not agents, it's the wrong word. Auto-controllable things that can be used. So you can spawn deep one. Baronesses and so on that turn into deep ones, and we can still do that just like in the base game. You can actually spawn additional deep ones that are just called deep ones via a challenge, but we also can spawn these Abyssal Priests, and they go around doing some quite tricky things. They help propagate the deep one locations, but they can also be used to let's go on the challenges here. They can also be used to manipulate the ruler beliefs. So they automatically do this as well, but they manipulate the ruler beliefs and have them quite like deep ones and start to sort of protect them and so on. It's a really cool thing. Let's look at the challenges at the Deep One Sanctum, because this is where they all are. There's Flee Beneath and Lay Low, which are the standard challenges at the Abyssal City. And it is a little bit confusing. You get your Abyssal City and your Sanctum, but it's a Sanctum where all the challenges are based, so you need to go there. So we go on the Sanctum. Let's click on our supplicant here just to show you these. So we'll skip through the attack challenges. So here we've got a number of challenges you can see. We've got Abyssal, right? And these first three here are summon challenges. So you summon and what I mean by summon challenges is they summon effectively an army. And the armies act differently. You can see great art as well there, but there's a couple of different armies here. You've got Abyssal from the Depths, which summons and all these are magic as well. They're channeled magic, as you can see on the description there. Summons an army of Abyssal Trench Crawlers, 50 health, to the nearest Abyssal City. It will lose 1 health per turn if inland, but can regain strength by consuming the location's madness. So they pair well with madness, right? A lot of the deep one mechanics, which makes a ton of sense thematically, makes a ton of sense mechanically as well, if I'm honest. And again, pairs well with the Asta, right, which is good for me. They will add population to the Abyssal City and menace to the Sanctum while pillaging. Drains 3 charge from the Abyssal Locus per turn. So they slowly drain the Abyssal Locus, and I'll come to this in a second. And the Abyssal Locus must have a charge greater than 30%, requires law greater than 2, which is quite cool. So you need a minimum law to even start this challenge, which I quite like. So your orcs aren't going to be able to do this and so on. If they could do it very slowly, they just wouldn't be able to at all. And what's interesting here is, we'll come to the, actually let me go through all these. We'll go through the Abyssal Summons, and I'll come to Channel Magic, and then I'll come to the Abyssal Locus and how that works. And that's a new mechanic as well. So you've got Abyssal from Whispered Tales here. Channel Magic summons a commandable Abyssal Behemoth, 50 health, to the Abyssal City. The Behemoth can immediately destroy an army at sea if the army's strength is half of that of the Behemoth, or under, I presume. It can also have its health temporarily increased at Sanctum or through the Fisherman, so the Fisherman can feed this creature with his haul. We'll come to that later. The Behemoth cannot move inland, so it can only work on the sea tiles, which makes sense. We'll add 15 menace to the Deep One Sanctum when summoned. Well, okay, that's as you might expect, but it doesn't drain, I don't think. Yeah, it doesn't drain the Locus, which is great. It doesn't continue to drain it. Do it once, bam, great, job done. And this is obviously a useful thing for destroying armies that are approaching via the sea, presumably on boats. If we just take a look at the map here, so if we have a look at this map, you can see I've got a few islands here, which is actually perfect for this sort of creature. So it could just go around all of this area and stop any armies that come from here, any armies that are coming from here. Maybe make a Dark Empire that we're attacking. I could stop them with my Behemoth there, so that's really, really useful. Depending on the map, obviously on a Pangea map it won't work quite as well. Or at all, I should say. So that's from Whispered Tales. And you need, again, law greater than 2, which again I like. And it's got to be cast at a Sanctum. 30% charge again. And Abyssal from the Uncharted Seas. So Channeled Magic summons a commandable Kraken. Oh, I love Krakens in any context, so I'm glad this is in the game now. 30 health from an Abyssal City. And it's interesting actually, while I talk quickly before I go into this in detail, this was discussed for not a long time, but I know a few people have been asking for this in the base game, so it's really cool of Wonderbloom to go out and add this by their own via a mod. You know, they're basically doing a bit of the developers' work for them, which I love. So thank you for that, Wonder Blunder. So the Kraken has the ability to disrupt heroes while at sea or on the coast. Any heroes it disrupts can then be consumed by it at the cost of health. How cool is that? So you can disrupt heroes on the sea or the coast, and you can consume them at the cost of HP. The Kraken cannot move inland, but it can obviously attack things from the coast. And it still acts as an army as well. It could still do normal army things. We'll add 15 menace to the Deep One Sanctum when it's summoned. So 15 for this one. This one adds 15 too. And this one just adds menace per turn as it's pillaging, which is interesting. Oh no, sorry. Add menace while pillaging. Okay, I see. And you can see the profile of menace gains there. They're quite high, so 30-20 for the from the depths, 30-20 for the Whispered Tales, and 25-20 for the Uncharted Seas. And this one's a little bit weaker, this Kraken. Must be cast on Deep One Sanctum. The Abyssal Locus must have a charge greater than 30%, requires law greater than 2, so all the same stats there. Requirements there. So let's quickly, in relation to these then, let's take a look at the Deep One Sanctum. So you can see it here, modifiers. Geomantic Locus, but we've also got, oh that's interesting, we've got both, but we've got an Abyssal Locus too. This is the important one. Love the art here as well. It fits, look at that, it's so similar. Love it. Anyway, the Sanctum not only serves as a physical divide between the surface and the deep, but is also a focal point for abyssal magic. While not as potent as a Geomantic Locus, it will still allow agents with arcane abilities to channel abyssal spells. This Locus naturally recharges at the rate of 0.5% per turn, but will recharge an additional 0.2% for every additional Abyssal Locus that exists in the world. So the more of these you have, the greater the recharge on them. And the more things you can do, of course, which is, again, really cool mechanic. And it does it does work very similar to a Geomantic Locus. You can use it to do various spells, as we've just seen there. You can also use it to do spells at other places as well, so cities and other locations. If we click on our Abyssal Siren Call Ritual. Cast a location with the ruler. The Abyssal Magic trait must have a charge equals... so it can only be cast at places with the Abyssal Locus, forgive me. And I assume that's anywhere with a... No, not even a deep one called. Okay, interesting. So it can only be cast here, your spells there. But what happens is it will recharge itself, as it says, and also you can recharge it manually using a challenge, which I think is probably the next one. Is it Propagation? No, is it Abyssal Support? No. Let's have a look at this. Gifts from Propagation. Yes, I'm sure that you can increase this. Maybe you need a certain level of recharge. Oh, it's because it's not, it hasn't lost any charge, right? It's maxed. But if it loses charge, you can, as it says here, sacrifice 10 population from a nearby abyssal city to add 20% to the Abyssal Locus charge, which I think is really cool. So you could do that as well if you're sort of, getting a bit, you really need your magic. Well, you could bump it up with this recharge here. And as it says here, you can heal the Kraken and strengthen the Behemoth. Look. Sacrifice 2 power to strengthen the Abyssal Behemoth, increasing itself to 100 HP. This will target the weakest Behemoth with a multiple in one location. That's 15 minutes to the Sanctum. And you can heal the Kraken too. 30 health. This will target the weakest Kraken with a multiple. That's 10 minutes. So look at this, already so many new challenges. I love this. What's this? Fading Memories. Channel Magic reduces the menace of the Deep One Sanctum by 4 per turn. However, the caster will gain 1 menace per turn and the Abyssal Locus will lose 5 charge per turn. You can Elder Power, recharge the Abyssal Locus 2 for 1 power for 20% charge. You can absorb the charge, presumably to give you... Absorbs 5 charge a turn for Abyssal Locus to charge Abyssal Magic. Oh, so that's how you do those abilities elsewhere. I didn't even know this, that's interesting. And you can absorb Madness too. To turn it into Abyssal Magic, that's really cool too. But let's have a look at the ones that are active and available to us. So those are your summons, your big army summons that I love, they're great. We'll come to those, I'll summon those and I'll show you them in the game in a little while. Propagation attracts 20% of the population of all neighbouring infiltrated human settlements, calling them to join the abyssal cities in the deep. Adds 10 menace to the Sanctum's temple, risking its destruction by human armies. So again, like other locations, like the witches, etc., if the menace of this location gets too high, it will be attacked by humans. So you've got to manage that. And let's just quickly check. That gave it 10 minutes, I believe. Yeah, 10 minutes. But it increases your victory score, right? Because you get more score depending on how many people are in the population in the Deep One cities. As you can see there at the bottom, from percentage population in Deep One cities. Not many points, but you can increase it using this. You also have Abyssal Gifts from the Sea. Utilise Abyssal Locus to gain an item, potentially an Abyssal Artefact, drains 1 charge from the Abyssal Locus per turn, so you could use this, and it takes, how long will it take? 10 turns, so 10 charge lost, but it would potentially give you an item, potentially even an Abyssal Artefact, which I'm guessing are unique items, which are pretty cool. In fact, I've seen one, they're pretty cool. Abyssal Fortress, create an arcane fortress at the Sanctum, as you might imagine, protects your casters. You need to use this, I would suggest, because as you can see, the profile dimensions from these are quite high. You have Abyssal Support's interesting. Channel Magic. Give all Deep 1 agents temporary +2 lore and +2 intrigue bonuses for 20 turns. Does not stack. Your agent will gain menace and profile that is scaled by the number of Deep 1 agents on the map. I wish it told you how much they gain actually there. That'd be really useful, but that's good to know. The Sanctum will gain half the initial amount of menace. Drains 1 charge from Abyssal Locus per turn. So again, every turn progress here, so it's 10 turns like it takes, so you'd be getting... Take 10 turns, 10 charge is gone. And obviously the higher your lore, the quicker it is, the less charge it takes. Must be cast on a Sanctum, at least one Deep 1 agent must exist, the Abyssal Locus must have a charge greater than 10%. But it makes these characters do their things quicker. I'm assuming that most of their actions are based on lore and intrigue, right? So the better they are at that, the better they are at doing their things, which is great. They're doing things like Conceal Deep 1s, Fun Deep 1s, Empower Deep 1s, what's the other one? DDD Summon Priest, you've got another one here too. Look at this. Oh. It's these abyssal things at the 10 population settlement to increase the charge. Blackwater, yeah, these are interesting. Some of these abyssal curses, as it were, rituals. And human appearance is the last one. So all these things will do better the higher their intrigue or lore stats are. So that's a really useful spell and a good buff for your agents, especially when you've got more of them. But obviously, the more you have, as it said, the more menace and profile that your agents will gain, which is an interesting thing. And then we have From the City, which most of them are currently doing, summons an uncontrollable Deep 1 from the Abyssal City, but reduces the population by 5, adds 5 menace to the Sanctum. So I love it. I pumped out a few of these when I've been testing, and it works really, really well, and it gives the player, it gives you more agency when you're controlling your Deep 1s and how you want to use them in the game, which I think is great. So let me have a little bit of a play with this. I'll come back in a future turns, and we'll see what the game state is, and I'll show you how I've been getting on with these different Deep 1s. I'll see if I can actually summon that Fisherman, and I'll show you the traits. I may have already summoned them, unfortunately, but I will go through the Fisherman, how they work. I'll go into some of these big creatures that you could summon, and we'll see how we get on anyway, guys. So we'll join back in a bit, and I'll tell you some of the tactics that I use, what I found good, and I'll hopefully show you some of the highlights of the Deep 1 spells and things that we can see here. Right, join me in a second. Welcome back, gamers. I've, as promised, here we are in the future with the Asta, and I'm just going to do real quick now, create the Fisherman for you. So let's create him. Create him at the City of Elves here. I've already done this again, but just to show you what can only be placed at the location with line catch, do that. Now, what are his special traits? Seaborn Gifts. Whenever the Fisherman completes a Reel Them In challenge, there is a small chance that a unique Abyssal Artefact will be found. This is what I did. You're doing Reel Them In quite a lot, so I like this. I like just random nice things that happen in the game to the player, so I quite enjoyed this. This is one option. There's some really good choices here though, guys. But yeah, this is one I picked in my game, and I did actually find an Abyssal Artefact, which is pretty cool. Doing Reel Them In. You do a lot of Reel Them Ins with him, so it's kind of his key mechanic, really. Beyond the Horizon gives the Fisherman a unique challenge. It will allow him to hide in any sea tile to reduce menace and profile. So he can just lay low anywhere in the sea. How cool is that? And what a name, Beyond the Horizon. I love it as well. Such a cool... this might be a reference to some Lovecraft story. It sounds like it. That's such a good title for a trait. I love this. And Maddened Further allows the Fisherman to create Deep 1 cults in coastal settlements with an infiltrated dock or sewer. That's all you need as a requirement. Any infiltrated dock or sewer, you can create them. So I think these are really cool. I like these. I picked Seaborn Gifts, as I said last time. Let's pick Beyond the Horizon. We'll just test this out here. Jump into it. All you'll do is you'll be on the horizon, and it will then allow you to lay low anywhere here, which I think is great. Look, I've got another Fisherman. Oh, that's the Mad Baroness. Where is there's one here, Deep 1. There's the Abyssal Priest doing his thing. We've got another Deep 1 here. Just been pumping out these Deep 1s, and they're cracking on. They're doing things. So yeah, as I say, I really like this Fisherman, and the Fisherman, since we're talking about him, we might as well go into his sort of key mechanics. So what you do with the Fisherman is you reel them in, So you add to the hall, as it says here, add to the Fisherman's Hall, allowing you to unlock new challenges. So the amount added to the hall doubles if a settlement with a malign catch modifier is nearby, and tripled if the fisherman is over in Abyssal City. I did not know this. I should have gone to an Abyssal City, but anyway. You haul things in, you increase your haul, and then you can either dump your haul to run, but I've not done that yet. You can unleash it to add, as it says there, devastation and madness to a location equivalent to the current haul, but it does take all your haul there. You could feed deep ones, which empowers them. So it makes them it doesn't even do that. It causes them to grow equivalent to the haul size, which is great. So you do that at a deep one location. You could feed the behemoth, or you could feed the Kraken to heal them. Okay, so some really cool abilities here. And what you tend to do with the fisherman is you go out, you fish, as you might imagine, and then you go to somewhere else and you unleash what you've fished, basically. It's such a cool dynamic, I think, to have this. This is such a Lovecraftian agent to me. This is almost the epitome of Lovecraft, right? A guy goes out, goes mad, you control him, he then goes out to sea, fishes, in inverted commas, and then unleashes whatever the hell he fishes, which is some horrible creatures, on the populace, and either sends them mad and causes chaos, or empowers the deep ones at a location to slowly take over. It's like Lovecraft 101. Such a great addition to the game. Are they powerful? Well, that remains to be seen, but they tie in very, very well with the rest of the deep one mechanics, so I would probably suggest if you're playing with this mod and you're looking to use deep ones in a good way, you must use them. They're also the only agent in the game that currently has 4 lore and 4 intrigue to start, which is a great stat line. So really, really flexible. You can use them to infiltrate. You can also use them to do that magic, which is great. So I could see these being a potential caster hybrid. But I've just been having a lot of fun fishing, as you might expect with the old fisherman, bless him. So it uses lore, interestingly. But yeah, so that's the fisherman. We'll come back in a bit and we'll see some of the other big nasties, and we'll talk about those. Right, I'll see you in a second. Real quickly, just want to show this. So I've got these trench crawlers out, and look at this. They've destroyed the place, and the Sir Minam Akalti has gained a deep-seated hatred for deep ones because of it. That I love, and I think she was the... dismiss that a second. We've got some things kicking off here, by the way. Dismiss that. Okay, dismiss. I'm not interested. We will... No, whatever. I'm not bothered. Yeah, so look, this place, I think she was the queen. Yeah, she was the queen. She actually left. She abdicated when she knew that it was all going to pot. So these trench crawlers doing some work, but also, of course, bringing a risk, right? So the more damage they do, the more obviously people are going to hate not only the deep ones anthems, but also the deep ones themselves, as it were. So it's an interesting dynamic, this. I quite like it. But anyway, we'll come back in a little bit and I'll play a bit more and tell you what I think of the entire proceedings here. Check this out for something cool. So like I said, I picked on the fisherman to get these random, potentially abyssal artifacts, and I've got one now, like the waterlogged charm. So this is just by completing that reel them in challenge. I've done another one. With it comes endless streams of the depths, lowers the owner's sanity by 1 each turn. Once sanity reaches 0, the owner is cursed with Call the Abyss. Look, this is so cool. If the owner is already aligned with the deep ones, they gain 2 XP a turn instead. Great, taking that, thank you very much. Now, the thing with this is, I did have another one of these. Go away. Go away. I did have another one of these items I tried to pass to a hero, but I don't think it went through properly. I think it bugged out and it just disappeared from existence. So, and the hero had slots free. I tried to reverse steal them, so I tried to steal from them, but I tried to put it into their inventory and it didn't seem to operate properly. So, interesting. I don't know if I need to actually make a cache with them, perhaps drop them somewhere. I'm not sure how that works, but yeah, here are Seaborn Gifts, and I've got a full haul now, so I might take our fisherman up to, I don't know, somewhere where it's fairly peaceful, up to, let's have a look. Where's the deep ones? Over here. Oh my goodness, we've got everywhere. Look, fishermen are everywhere now. But I might take them up here and see if I can't do some interesting things, let's just say. Let's see if I can do some bit of carnage with a fisherman with his 100 haul. But yeah, I thought that was really cool, getting the item like that, as I said. We'll cut back in a little bit and see how we get on. Something else pretty cool about this mod is that the rulers, as you can see, can gain a preference for deep ones, as they can in the base game right now. But that can actually mean that they do things like this, where they'll have little events, and what they'll do is, as you can see here, Queen Gentu Nitia has assured their subjects that the deep one cult poses no threat to the city of Wyrm. 30 menace has been removed from the local cult. World panic has lowered slightly. Rulers who like or are obsessed with deep ones could take actions to support the cultists in their area. So, I love this. It's such a cool narrative that it builds here. So I'm going to go to this actually. We'll see where Queen is. We'll come to you in a second, Trickster. Get in my face. Oh my word. Oh, a Mad Baron has killed someone, probably a family member, patricide. Oh, it's his dad. The alliance is forming. Oh, that kind of sucks. I don't know where the alliance is, to be honest. But it's no problem. It's no major issue because I think... Is this the alliance? Perchance. It is, but look what persists. Deep ones, they don't go anywhere, so... Not a bad idea, actually, to use deep ones as a counter strategy to the alliance just wiping Gate of Infiltration in your shadow. That might not be a bad... Because you can see here, this is an area I was hoping to shadow quite strongly, and I've obviously failed now because the alliance has formed. Not that was my focus, but you know. This could be a good counter. Look at the madness, I love it. Yeah, this could be a good counter to that, I think. Anyway, what are we doing? We're looking at the Queenie. Is it City of Earth? Here it is. Duchess, it says here. So oh, right, okay, so she just likes deep ones, that's all she likes. So yes, that's interesting. I've also found a really important spell actually I've been looking for some time. I've just managed, oh my god, we can consume. I've got a Kraken here, we can consume the... let's ensnare her. Oh my goodness. Anyway, we'll see if that works in a second. Yeah, I found a really important spell. I'm going to try and get it my supplicant, I think. No, sorry, my fisherman. So he's going to travel to the Abyssal City, he's going to lay low for a bit, and then he's going to attempt to get a spell called... It's a mixed geomantic and abyssal spell. Relentless Tides. Basically makes sea tiles around the Sanctum. So it drowns everyone, which is cool. Yeah, well, 100% going to try and do that. I haven't got a massive score for my deep ones as such, for 200, but they have been responsible for destroying a lot of places and shadowing them too, so it's hard to gauge exactly how much they add to your victory. But I'm enjoying this, it's very, very fun, and it gives you a good... I think it's impossible in the base game to properly focus on deep ones, but with this mod you can really, really just focus on them and give them a lot of love, and hopefully, we'll see, hopefully win the game. Anyway, I'll pop back if something else... Oh no, let's wait, hold up, I want to see if we can eat the chosen one. Yeah, 3 nights worth eating, I think, if we can. Trickster, you are infiltrating, if you don't mind. You're infiltrating, it's going to take you forever, but whatever. Why is it taking so long? Actually, I thought it had 1 security. It's 3 now. Oh dear, that sucks. Have we got any money? No. Okay, I might have to revisit that. But anyway, let's see if the Kraken can eat her. Yep. It costs him health. Oh, I've not seen one of these. Look at this. Oh, it's Abyssal Ritualist. An Abyssal Ritualist has emerged from the Deepon Sanctum, emboldened by the recent success of the Deepon cultists. They will work to further spread the Deepon faith throughout the use of Abyssal magic. While powerful, they may prove to be reckless in their casting, accumulating menace that will draw the ire of nearby heroes. Abyssal Ritualists can spawn randomly from Deepon Sanctums depending on a variety of factors: number of Deepon Sanctums, high Abyssal City population, and number of Deepon cults, with a charge over 100%. Okay, cool. Brilliant art, and again, so cool to have some difference. So what does he do? Oh, he's going to go and curse families, I think, with that Curse of the Abyss and so on. Now look, I could consume her, lose 18 health, worth it, it's a chosen one. Eat it. We'll see if this works. Sir Ita Nindivan's gone through the rituals and stations, as redeemed, okay, I'm not bothered to consume. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh, it's their attack plus minion attack. That's cool how it works out. See you later. The wooden ship buckles and splinters as the Kraken's grip tightens. The sailors and passengers jump overboard like crumbs falling off a plate. From a plate, sorry. But they only delay the inevitable. Nice. Oh, and the fisherman's there as well, just like, hey. Hey, Kraken. He's insane. Yeah, he consumed that item, which I'm a bit disappointed. I don't think he should have consumed that. He's got called the Abyss, look. The thing that I brought in, it affected him, which I don't think it should have done. I'll report that as a bug to Wonderblood when I get a chance. But yeah, that's cool that our Kraken is... oh, you know what I might do? If I reel them in, I could feed them to the Kraken. What's the saying? Oh, I can't do that because it's got... Let's reel them in and then I'm going to... Well, I've got to send into the sea. Oh, it turns him into a deep one. Oh my god, right, okay, no, I'm not going to do that. No, not yet. Yeah, so I'm going to feed the Kraken and see if I can heal him up and maybe get another hero. And if he gets enough menace, people will come to try and kill him and the Kraken just eats him. Which is sweet. So he's like getting defended by his personal Kraken here. Pretty bonkers, but I like this. There's a strategy for you guys. Anyway, yeah, we'll pop back in a bit, see what's happening. So if you're curious about this Abyssal Ritualist and what he does, or it does I suppose, look at that fishy face, this is one of the things, Abyssal Circulation Ritual. So Abyssal Ritualist has cast a powerful Abyssal Ritual in the city of Wyrm, shifting the prejudices and ill will of those hold of the Deep One cult to various individuals in the area. This blasphemous act has dispersed the cult's menace to all those in the location, reducing it by 36. Each agent and hero affected has gained 12 menace, so quite a lot of menace, but it's interesting, it's dispersed it around the heroes rather than the deep ones, which I think is quite cool. Well, Fisherman's reached his location, he's going to lay low because he needs to become a caster. So let's have a look at the menace of this. 0 menace. What's the menace of you though, mate? I see why these potentially problematic. 15 is yours, you know, you just gained 15 of it because of this guy. So I can see why these can potentially be attacked now. Oh, he's 32. Has this happened to all of my agents? That would not be. No, not him. Must be too far away, not him. Lay low, buddy. Oops. No, don't become a fisherman. Not just yet. Yeah, interesting. Really cool power, I think, that. And hopefully very useful as well. We'll see. Hi, gamers. Right, I just had to show this because it is so damn cool. Watch this. This guy, Warlock Pills. I've managed to get him to level 2 Geomancy. He's on this Deep One Sanctum here. Look at my victory by the way. It's pretty much all, not all Deep Ones, but it's a lot of Deep Ones. 13 there, a lot of destroyed population thanks to Deep Ones. It's better to get bigger. A lot of in Shadow thanks to Deep Ones, a lot of Insanity thanks to Deep Ones. A lot of this is due to the Deep Ones, but watch this. This is about to become water. Watch, look. Every turn, water. What's this? The weight of the task. I'm curious. Cause 3 health. Yeah, go on, you can have that health. Look at this, look at the water spreading all the coven stone. Oh well, who cares? No remorse. Look at this. Oh my gosh, it's all water, guys. Okay, we're not bothered. Okay, lovely, thank you. Oh my god, water everywhere. Who's this? What's she doing? Then Arcane's, well, whatever, you can crack on with that. Decided to go into the magic in the late game just to, I might do another. I might do one of these. What's the charge like here? 97's fine. Oh. Mad Baron's died, has been killed by a settlement sinks. There we go. Victory's going up. Look at this. It's so. And it actually changes the map. Look how cool this is. What? Settlement sinks. See you later. See you later. See you later. Go away. 81% now. This is going to drop soon. I think. Settlement sinks. There it goes. They're all dropping. Blah 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 blah. I absolutely love this. Now go away with the alliance. The alliance is everywhere, but it is what it is. Yep. Oh no, still up. 85%. Another settlement's gone. Oh, a couple have gone. Global warming's real, guys. Look at this. Settlement sank. See you later. Bye bye. Another deep one. Another deep one thing happened. So you still doing that? Nice. Here comes a bam off Crimson Sun. Oh, we're almost finished. The game's telling us we're almost done here. What is it? Oh, is he? Still doing it. You guys are here and do another one of these. They just automatically kill things. Propagation, nice. There's more points for the deep one. City, so 30 points of deep ones, and most of it's destroyed, but look at this. Are you surprised? Is there anywhere else to destroy? Not here. Yum, 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 yum. Let's go. Is this part of the alliance? No. So this is my little. I like to reward the non-alliance places by not killing them straight away. This is a prime place though. I should probably finish it. Nice, they're all sunk. 99% winning. Nice, thank you, sir. Dismiss. That's the first thing that Warlock has actually done. It's been threatening. Let's go here and do it again, if I get a chance. I'm not even trying to win the game now. Well, as it were, I am trying to win, but I'm just doing things to deep ones. That's all I'm doing now. Oh, we win. Look at this. Let's watch this. I can't wait to see the map just start to sync, and then I'll give my summary about the game then. So this is supposed to be just a little short segment where I show the that ability to flood the place, but I think since we've now won and since it was quite, I love that. What a cool victory! Just drowning them. Oh, that's so deep one. That is so deep ones. So Lovecraftian. Just everything drowns. Join me in Dagon. Copyrighted, but you know what I'm saying. Join me there with. Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. And it gives you a chance. Normally, playing on a game like this, on a map like this, with the islands would be quite difficult. But actually, deep ones can play into it pretty well. They've got a bit more flexibility than most. Here we go, the sink. Oh, see you later, gone. Water. Did you see that? Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. So, what do I think? It's great. It's so fun. Again, it's another must-have. You're going to have to get this when it's released fully on the workshop. You just have to. It's so good. Who does it work best with? Let's start with that. So I think it works best with the Asta, because obviously you can manipulate personalities, which is a big part of this, as you've seen. Big part of this. If you can get rulers liking deep ones or heroes, it can have quite the impact. However, other gods should be able to play well with this too. I think Ophanim, ironically, would play well with this because of the whole military aspect, and you've got these sort of military forces in the behemoths and what have you, and the trench crawlers that can work. It adds to any god's gameplay though, as long as there's water on the map, and it's useful water, it's between two land settlements, you can block it off, you can use your Kraken to eat heroes, like I ate the Chosen One. It's pretty powerful. I didn't even try any exploits by like having a hero with super high profile and menace just sat by the Kraken eating, while the Kraken ate people. I didn't even try that. That's something I could have done had I chosen. But yeah, I think it blends well with any god, but in particular Iasta probably the most, and maybe She-Hulk Feast as well. Her being controllable and being able to nom the land, while you've got your behemoths eating the other landlocked areas, near the sea, and then maybe you've got some of this going on, the water business, sinking the rest. Destruction works really well. I don't think it would work great with the orcs. I haven't tried to use orcs with them yet, but I can't imagine it working well because they obviously have this. Orcs tend to spread and try and take over a lot of the land as well, and obviously with the deep ones you're either taking over the land, converting them into sanctums, or just sinking it like I've done here. So there is a bit of a discrepancy there. I'm not sure that it would work too well, but I may have to give it a play, see how it goes. The Asta scales trip doubly well because of the madness spread and how a lot of these interactions link well with madness, which is great. But any god can use madness now. You've got malign catch for any god can do malign catch. And as I say, a god that has a particular focus on military, Mammon might be quite good actually, ironically, because again you can use that. Maybe not actually. Mammon's probably the worst for this, actually thinking about it, because you don't want to be destroying humanity, you want to be eating them, which is, I know, kind of hypocritical, right? But you know what I mean. If you did this, you've got less to eat, which is silly, and if that's over trade routes, you've kind of screwed yourself. So some of the things won't gel, some of the abilities won't gel as well with Mammon. However, yeah, I think he has to number 1, maybe She-Hulk Feast number 2, and then probably Vinerva next, Ophanim Joint next, and then Mammon last, I would guess. But God, we'll see. I haven't played with them yet, so we'll have to see how they do. In terms of strategy as well, this gives you a whole new layer really, forgive me, of strategy to use with the deep ones. You can focus in magic, like I did here, to win the game. You can focus on the subtle aspect, just spreading the insidious cult. You can use your deep one agents to do the work for you. I've got the ritualists here, I've got the normal deep ones knocking about somewhere, here they are. These are pretty powerful, and you can use them in a pretty powerful way. If you look how many I've got here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just in this little area. Are there any more? 6. There's quite a few agents. 7, 8, 9. Here's one. And they get, by the way, they get little armies guarding them. This drowned soul guarding the ritualist, which is really cool. So I've got like 10 agents, 10 auto-controlled agents just doing things for us, which is why I could get away with winning without full agent slots. Didn't even feel the need to have the agent slots towards the end. Just let the deep ones do my work for me. But just playing to that more relaxed feel. You can specialise, as you can see, it synergises very well with magic, which I think synergises well with the Asta as well. And She-Hulk Feast, because you can infiltrate those libraries with the power. It also synergises well with, like I mentioned earlier, but armies. So if you're looking to do a sort of military campaign, I could have done a Dark Empire probably here and just, absolutely obliterated. Dark Empire combined with drowning the Alliance here is see you later. So I think those are 2 strategies that can work well. Plus, of course, you've got the controllable armies with the Kraken and the Behemoth that can either kill armies or kill heroes, which are really good. Here's the Kraken trying to kill some heroes. You can also obviously use the trench crawlers to just, they destroyed locations here. They destroyed these on my doorstep, which is a bit silly really, but they did. And that could be another good play. You could use the spread a cult somewhere out of your way, maybe in Alliance territory, because just because you're in the Alliance doesn't stop you having a cult, right? Like these are in the Alliance of Katissa, but they still have a cult as well, doesn't destroy it at all. So does it? No, rule of preference is the only thing. So that actually, you can, this is one of those things that works regardless of what the Alliance is doing and how you've got the Alliance set up, which I really like. gives you a bit of a backdoor route if you're really struggling in the game. I think it would work. Still, as with any game of Shadows, the larger the map, the harder this will be to win. But that's not to say it's insurmountable. You could still use, the powers here. Drowning the world. This is brilliant. And I mean, look how much damage you did so quick. You could do that. If I drop that here, or even here, I was going to drop it here. That would just blah, 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 blah. See you later. It's just a big chunk of the world gone. And if you manage to get a good one of those off, it's game, I think, regardless of how big the map is, or if you manage to get a couple off, it's very, very powerful. So here I think Madness synergizes well, Unrest, Devastation synergizes well, which are both Madness. We know how we get that. Limited ways at the minute, hopefully that'll be expanded. Devastation you get from doing destruction with either or, characters with agents, or you get it from causing war. It would synergize well with magic, primarily Geomancy, but perhaps I wonder if there is a spell actually that's linked with death as well. I didn't see one. That would be cool because it does create quite a lot of death. If there was they rose from the depths, like these. No, it doesn't look like it. But I think if there was some sort of death, I don't want to be greedy here, apologies, wonder blunder, but if there was some sort of death unit magic as well, like an undead Kraken or something, I don't know, whatever, you decide. But I think that'd be really cool as well, for potentially introducing some of those synergies. But yeah, Geomancy, very, very much synergistic. Destruction, Devastation, forgive me. Your army type stuff, Madness as well. Shadow, of course, as well, Dark Empires, it synergizes well with. What could be improved about this? Well, I've got to be honest, I'm struggling. I think the only thing I'd like to see rather more is more explanation of what's happening, why. It says here these spawn based on various factors, but I'd probably like to dig into it a little more deeper. Doesn't have to be, but that would be nice. It would also be good if it I don't think this is anything to do with Wonder Blunder, by the way, but if it could show what they're up to on here on the panel, like it does for Heroes. If it shows you what their plan is, I think that would be really useful for everything. I want to know what these are doing. What are the Ritualists going to do? What are my deep ones going to do? Where they're going? And then I can plan better around it. Currently, you have to wait and just say, okay, they're going to do this, right, I'll go and jump over there in a second. That's probably the only thing. Just communication with the players. Maybe add a few more. I'm being really greedy, but just add a few more spells. I mean, it's fun. This is unreal. Look at this. And it actually affected the map, which is like, I don't know how difficult this was to code, but I feel it's probably quite challenging, and I love it. I love everything about this. Everything. If it's not clear. Maybe do some more. I was going to suggest maybe some things you could do inland, but that might not be that. That isn't the flavour of this. I'm saying it's supposed to be deep ones. Obviously, deep ones are near the sea, but perhaps, I don't know, some. No, actually, that's a stupid idea. Leave it as it is. You want things happening near the coast. That's what it's designed to be. You've got the trench crawlers to go inland if you need to, which kind of is a replica, really, of what you used to have in Shadows Behind the Throne. Forgive me, too, where you could summon these deep one armies. It's not dissimilar. I think that's pretty cool. The old trench crawlers. Maybe there could be an upgraded trench crawler where you can control them, or limited, like I target this location, they go there and eat it, sort of thing. Something like that. I don't know. Although I do like the fact that it's not controlled by us, the fact that it is a bit more random is really fun. What else could be improved? I don't know. It's so good. I'm sorry, it just is. It's brilliant. There's not really. I guess I would love to see all the things that can spawn from a Deep One Sanctum. It should say can spawn Ritualist, Deep Ones, Priests, and if there's anything else that I haven't seen, them as well, just to give us an idea. So you've got something to look forward to, like, oh, wicked, it spawned that thing. And that is it. I mean, genuinely, it's phenomenal, right? Every mod. I gotta be honest, guys, what a time to be playing Shadows, right? It's not even released, and there's already 2 mod gods that will very soon be available in the main branch on Steam Workshop, etc. There's that whole mod event panel. There's loads. There's like, I think 10 or something event mods that are on the workshop right now. Some of them completely changed the game. The spy one, you've got the narrative ones, so many good event packs already on the workshop. You've got 2 gods that are going to come out. There's another one I haven't previewed yet. Sorry, another 2 that somebody's making. Ralph, I think is how you say their name. Yes, they're making another 2 gods as a love god, Chalandalore or something. And what was the other one? The Void, which I'm looking forward to that because it's another one of these manipulate the map gods. We'll come on to those. I'll do another video on them. So you've got another 2 gods coming. You've got 2 gods pretty much released, already finished. You've got this Deep One expansion. I think some of the other modders are working on other things to do with ruins and all sorts of other business. So it's just so much stuff. And this isn't tiny little things. These things completely re-energize the game. We had before 5, you know, when I first started playing this, I think there was 2, 3 gods released. Maybe just 2. You know, I think it was She-Wolf Feast, Iasta, and Minerva, I think, were the only 3 released when I first started playing this game. Then we've had the other 2 main gods. You've got Mammon, you've got Ophanim. Then there's another main god, Bug God, being released. Then there's 2 to 4, really. There's 4 extra gods that are being modded in. Maybe another one. I think I've seen another mod as well that changes the art. There's just so many. Guys, it's a great time to be playing Shadows. If you're on the fence with this game, if it's on sale or something as you're watching this, and you've just happened upon my channel, if it isn't obvious, I love this game, and I think you would love it too. If you're into grand strategy at all, or even narrative games, it's unlike anything else I've ever played. It's just a completely different slant on things, and it is so good. And the community is fantastic. They're doing so many good things for the game too, and just expanding it in so many ways. I love it. The developer's fantastic, Bobby Two Hands. He actually listens, adds things really quick. Anyway, that's enough said in the game. You can see a link in the description if you'd like to get it. It's in there, so you can grab that at your leisure if you haven't already got it. Presumably you've already got it, which is why you're here. When this is available, I highly recommend you get it. It's a fantastic mod. Thank you very much, Wonder Blunder. Thank you to all you modders that are doing work on this game. I love you all. You're doing an absolutely epic amount of work here, and long may it continue. But I'm going to shut up because this will be like 3 hours long if I carry on saying what I want to say about this. So I'll shut up now. Thank you very much for watching, as always, guys. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more of this content, or you'd like to be informed when this content releases, you've got the subscribe button. Click that and then click the bell so you know when things release. It really does help the channel if you can subscribe, guys. It doesn't cost you anything. It really helps me though. Just in terms of getting promotion of the channel, if you like this sort of content. I'm going to be doing a live stream of both of them. I might have already done one, depending on when I actually release this, when I get around to doing this video. But I'll be doing a live stream of both of them very soon. I've been a bit poorly. You could probably tell in my voice. Apologies. But my voice is I've been coughing a ton, so I'll try to avoid doing live streams while I get my voice back, basically. Yes, and if you really want to support the channel, you can't think of anything else to do. If you'd like to throw me a couple of quid or a couple of dollars or whatever, there's the option to become a channel member, and something will be popping up on screen in a second. You can also donate to the channel. If you want to throw money at me, guys, happy to accept it. But don't feel like you have to, by the way. And certainly don't do it unless you can afford it, right? Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I will see you on the next video. Take care.